How can you say black independence in English? My tongue. Never forget to hate this tongue, for it was never given but thrust upon us by men who came from afar like a falling star to conquer and alter our altars, to kill our gods. Armed with a cross to cross the mind with a message of meekness, mercenaries of a God who inspired weakness to submit to his will and given to his chosen ones. They slaughtered the sons of Ham like swine, drove us to reserves like legions herd. We became paupers in our own holy land, wind of milk and honey to learn the system of bearer bonds and notes, and the Christ who didn't make sense, telling us not to bear note while they stripped us to note with immaculate coats. Christ, you are an immaculate corpse, a sorry ghost, immaculate conception or immaculate deception, emasculating inception. We begged for bread while they thirsted for wine, for to worship their God they drank the blood of his Son, to wash down the bitter word that clouded the sons of our glorious past. Professing salvation, yet their true profession deception. Lay up your treasures in heaven where not moth nor rust can destroy them, they said while teaching us the value of stones, driving us from fertile plains and the bones of our grandfathers and their fallen sons. They poured darkness on the black mind and called it illumination. Lay up your treasures in heaven where no moth nor rust can destroy them. Give up your earthly life for salvation. We begged for bread while they thirsted for wine. For to worship their God they drank the blood of his Son, to wash down the bitter word that clouded the sons of our glorious past. They say this is the past, but a spear long buried in dust never quite recovers from sores inflicted in rust. So long a time, yet so fresh the blood memory of the scars inflicted in greed. You say I should be grateful I can read, but I cannot translate the hieroglyphs or the wisdom of my forefathers, chronicling the wisdom of the hunter who prays to his prey. Forgive me, brother, I must eat. I do not consider your defeat a great feat, for hands and feet are driven by need. Did I not hunger, I would cherish your beauty and not savor your bounty. You tell me my soul was saved by Christ, but last night I cried for connection with my past. Where am I going if I do not know where I'm coming from? Father, I cannot sing the song of my totem. Democracy, are you a freedom when realism means capitalism trying to fill the chasm with a glass mill? You see, once, do you remember, Grandma? We were gods before marauding hordes came through in ships and boats to boast of vast progress across the coast. Before they taught us that we were naked and taught us lust, turned the breast from a fountain of a child's thirst into a thing that's cursed. For now we see a woman as an object of gratification, not the vessel of continuity and salvation she once was when we and the stars consorted, cavorted while the moonbeams watered our boundless borders, bound us with fodder before they broke us, brought us brittle borders, bought us and sold us, told us the curse was upon us, and now the chorus still lingers upon us. Witness the weave, bear witness to how we cleave to foreign identity, scarred and scared to embrace our own infinity, because we were born into servitude like a fawn and shown darkness and told to call it a mirror. The media a drug dealer, selling us plastic models of beauty, made to wish for a lighter shade of skin and closer to be white, because white is bright and bright is right. But how can that be? We know there cannot be war on the chessboard until the white crosses the floor and tries to take from the black, which must stay awake lest they take your king and with them your gods. And when they take your gods, you cannot be gods, for you have lost the source of your divinity. And the victor will write your story, make it history, paint himself white and blameless, a decapitator of migraines, a savior to migraines, turn your heroes to tyrants, idolaters of violence. Meanwhile, the real culprits rape the mind, memory brutalized, colonialized by the brutish British. How often do we think in English and still hold up accents and standards of sophistication, education, emancipation, education? Dear God, they have raped my imagination.